We're here in Backyard Baseball 2001. It's finally here. This was my favorite game from when I was maybe like 8 or 9 years old till I was like 12 years old. I was so excited when I heard that this was coming out, and it's finally here. Of note, this is not a definitive edition or remaster. This is just re-release. There aren't really a whole lot of added new features or anything, and in fact, some are taken away. The first thing you'll notice, there used to be a giant thing here that said online play. There is no longer any online play, and they're kind of signaling to you that they're not even interested in adding online play. Another thing is that some of the pro players are not in the game. We are missing Frank Thomas and Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. But the game is here, and it is set up for modern systems. It's on Steam, and you get achievements for doing things. So, all that aside, what I decided to do is I decided to ask all of my friends to give me a player to put in their team. And not all of my friends. I found 6 people to give me a player, and then I'm going to fill out the last 3 positions, and we're going to make a cool team. They even gave me a team name and some colors, and then we're gonna run through a season. All right. First player we're gonna take. I have a friend. He's from Washington State. He's a huge Mariners fan. The first player he definitely probably would have put on the team is Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is not in this game. He then mentioned Ichiro, but Ichiro isn't in this game. He's in the next game. He's in Backyard Baseball 2003. I then offered him Alex Rodriguez, who is the guy who wears the Seattle Mariners hat in this game, but he doesn't like Alex Rodriguez because of the steroids, even though he mentioned himself he probably wasn't using steroids at the time. And so I was like, well, Randy Johnson's in this game, and he used to play for the Mariners, and he's like, yes, we're going to take Randy Johnson. I'm pretty sure I cried when he left the team. The big unit, first player on the team.
If you want a good pitcher, you ought to pick me. Give me the ball, man. I'm ready to pitch.
The next guy that gave me a player was my friend Dom, and he had this long response as to looking at all these players and going, who are we going to add to the team? But he picked Curt Schilling. Now, this is great. Curt Schilling's great. Curt Schilling might even be better than Randy Johnson in this game. The thing is, you don't need 2 pure pitchers in this game. But that is okay. We will deal with it.
Hi there. Cool.
Because we have 2 pure pitchers on the team, I think I'm going to alternate starts, which means that we're not going to be going for like Hall of Fame statistics in this run, but that is okay. We have a lot of other things we can cover. The next player is my friend named Perk. He used to play some backyard sports back in the day, but didn't really remember a whole lot, but he did remember Ahmed Khan, and so we're going to take Ahmed Khan.
Rock on! What? I can't hear you. Oh, okay.
I then asked my 2 siblings, or 2 of my siblings, my brother and my sister. My sister remembered a couple other players, but she was like, you got to put Pablo Sanchez on the team.
Hola, soy Pablo, y me gusta mucho el béisbol. Vamos a ganar.
Pablo Sanchez, all time. And then my brother, he played some of Backyard Baseball 2005, which is a little bit different looking than this game. And he said he used to always play an easy and always take a bunch of home run hitters, and distinctly remembered Mikey Thomas being a guy that just hit nukes. And I don't play with Mikey Thomas very much, so this will be exciting.
I like to play at sports. Okay, I like playing in the outfield.
I then asked my dad, because he's familiar with all these baseball players from this era, and I was like, he wanted me to put, where is he? He wanted me to put Jeff Bagwell on the team. He always thought it was silly that there are all these kids on the team, and it was this like home run hitting like large dude instead of one of the guys that actually kind of played like a kid, like a Craig Biggio.
Hey there. Yes.
I think Craig Biggio is in the 2003 game, by the way, but I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. So there's 3 players left. The 3 players are going to be one backyard kid, one pro kid, and then a custom kid. I wanted to have one player. I felt for my pick, I was going to do one player that I either always picked or that I was very familiar with. The players that I picked on most of my team, like Derek Jeter, it's one of my favorite players. I always wanted him trying to like break the steals record. I don't even know why. He's not the fastest kid in the game, but I just always liked him. I strongly considered Cal Ripken Jr. because I also really loved him. These are probably the 2 players that I would like start teams with all the times. Cal Ripken Jr. and Derek Jeter. The thing about Cal Ripken Jr. is the last time I played this game within the last couple of years, I put Cal Ripken Jr. on a bunch of teams. So I think I'm going to put Derek Jeter on a team. Derek Jeter is a little bit, like I've played with him a lot, but like I said, I just wanted a guy that is very familiar to go on this team.
You want a good shortstop? Pick me. That's cool.
I then was like, well, okay, so who are the guys that I don't play with a whole lot? And I think there are better answers, like maybe like a Dante Robinson. I'd like never pick Dante Robinson. And like some of these characters I pick in other games, but I don't pick here. Or I thought about picking Amir Khan because there's an achievement on Steam for having Ahmed Khan and Amir Khan on the same team. But we gotta go with the absolute, I don't know if I'd call him a classic, but he's silly and he's fun. And he was my guy the most recent time I played backyard football. Jorge Garcia.
I'm not going to beg you to pick me for your little team. Certainly, I'd love to play.
Last kid we're going to pick is a custom kid. I've actually never built this kid before. No, I shouldn't say that. I built this kid before. I'm not sure I've really played with him that much, though. Justin, and we're going to call him Justin Case. This kid, maximum batting, maximum running, which is like, and then just the rest in the field. I think you can get genuine value from taking away a batting stat or a running stat, or maybe even 2 batting stats, and just putting the rest in the fielding. You get a much more well-rounded character that is basically just as good. But that's not what we're here for today. We're here to try to hit nukes with this lineup.
Come on, pick me already. Wahoo!
I had some audio issues while recording the first game, so I will be doing voiceover instead today. First thing we need to do before we get started is we need to adjust our lineup and our defense. The lineup we'll be going over as we play the game. But 2 notes on defense. We're going to be alternating between Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson. And today I just picked Randy Johnson. And Mikey Thomas starts on by default as an outfielder, which is very strange to me. I think it's because they considered him to have a very good arm, and I think that's what they think a good outfielder is. But to me, outfielders need a lot of speed in this game. Mikey Thomas does have a great arm, but is very slow. Slow players with great arms are great catchers, so he'll be our catcher today.
It's that time again. Time for some non-stop baseball fun. This is Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch, live at Sandy Flats, where the running is slow and the balls bounce low. Going head-to-head in today's game are the Crazy Wombats and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I hope you fans have been practicing your cheers and taunts, because I'm tired of the same old stuff. I'm counting on you kids to keep me entertained here. I mean, don't even think about that hey, batter baloney. It's been done. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, it's baseball time! Play ball! The starting pitcher today is Luann Louise. She generally pitches best on the 4th day of the month, when it's raining and there's a dip in the barometric pressure.
Always love Sonny and Vinny. Leading off, we got Derek Jeter. He's really the only guy in our entire lineup that's like a true contact hitter and has a lot of speed. Ooh, easy hit up the middle, and we have a very slow throw from the second baseman. That is not a good sign for this Tampa Bay Rays team if they can't make plays like that. Up next is Jeff Bagwell. He's our two-hitter because we have just a ton of power hitters. He seemed like he was more balanced than a lot of the rest of them, but honestly, there's just not really a whole lot. We're going to steal here. We got to test out the catcher to see. We just got to know how strong their arm is, because if their arm is not very strong, then we're going to be running on them freely all day. And that is the case here as Derek Jeter gets a stolen base. I think we're going to try to steal third, which makes sense given the data that we have currently. A slow ball. This should be an easy out, but at least we move the runner over. But they make an error! Jeff Bagwell with the easy infield single, and we got runners on second and third, but we cheese out the computer to get an extra base. We force them to throw home, and they don't have enough time to throw it back to second. We got an easy 2 bases out of that. 3-hole hitter is Pablo Sanchez. Pablo Sanchez is the best hitter in the game, and that's where you put your 3-hole hitter. And there's really not much more to say.
Target goes up. Here's the pitch. A swing.
Oh.
Drive.
This is going to be too
It is
easy.
back.
This game is indeed too easy. Batting cleanup is just in case. This is our custom kid. I expect him to have big power. Weak contact up the middle, but look at how fast he is. That 10 speed really coming in handy here. We've already shown that the second baseman does not have a very strong arm, so we easily make it. Our 5-hole hitter is Ahmed Khan. He's really only known for his power hitting, and I felt like it was a natural spot for him. Obviously, same thing again. We're going to try to steal, and just in case is actually faster than Derek Jeter. Easily makes it. Weak contact, easy out at first, except that they don't step on the bag. Ahmed Khan and then when they throw it back to home plate, they mishandle it. It goes out of play, and so Ahmed Khan advances a base, and just in case comes in to score. 6-hole hitter is Mikey Thomas. Mikey Thomas will probably move up in the order in future games, but he's having an off day today. You can tell by the blue around his, and you can see the minuses here on the screen. He is very, very slow, though, so if he doesn't hit it out of here, we're going to be in trouble. We're playing on Sandy Flats. Sandy Flats is a beach stadium. It actually slows players down than they normally are, so it's even more exaggerated. The ball had enough time to get hit to center field, thrown the wrong way, and then thrown all the way back to first before he got out. The 7-hole hitter, these are all of our worst players are just at the bottom. Jorge Garcia, not a great hitter, but he does have some pop. And we have a pitching change already. 1 out and 5 runs for Luan Louie, and they had to switch pitchers. And a reverse hook, and we hit it. It's a pop-up. Let's see if they can make the catch. And of course they do. Very easy, very easy. There's not really any rhyme or reason between putting Randy Johnson or Kurt Schilling first. Kurt Schilling, I think, is a better hitter and is a little bit faster. So there's a little bit of, like, if he gets on base, it's a little bit less punishing to then flip it over to the top of the order to get back to all the fast guys. I've never enjoyed Randy Johnson's swing. Even if a good player had this swing, like as in Richie Sexton in Backyard Baseball 2003 has the same swing but has a higher hitting stat, I just don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, and and as you can see, I'm struggling mightily here. And we strike out easily, and that is the first inning. Got through almost the entire order and scored 5 runs. That is giving run support to your pitcher. Randy Johnson on the rubber. He has an amazing fastball, and both of his hooks are great. His slow ball is quite inaccurate and isn't that great. but we're going to end up using all 4 pitches regardless at different times. Starting him off with a high inside heat, and they go for a bunt, but that was never going to work. Olga Tollefson is that second baseman who had the bad arm earlier. We started with the heat, so now we're coming back to the slow ball. We did get a strike out of it, though, and when she was caught looking. Some combinations that are really good in this game are curves, followed up by straight pitches, and speed changes. She is just caught looking here on a hook. Just didn't even swing at it. We'll start Luann Louie out with a left hook in this at-bat. Pops it up. This should be an easy play for Derek Jeter, and it is. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Now we have Joella Inati, the third baseman. She looks like she has some ability to hit. I think that was an 8. 8 out of 10. So we have to be a little bit careful around her, but nothing too great. Starting off with the right hook this time, crossing face and then sweeping away from him. We just threw a curve pitch, so now it makes sense to come back with a straight pitch. This should also mess up the speed too, and we get an easy whiff. Randy Johnson said yes to a curveball, so we're going back to a right hook. And this time she times it up well, hits it to the outfield, but it's too floaty. And Pablo Sanchez easily makes the play. And that's the inning. 1-2-3, first inning. Up to the play is Kurt Schilling. I like his swing a lot better than Randy Johnson, but he has the same hitting ability, and he is slightly faster, but nothing too crazy. This realistically should not be a hit here. And that is some weak contact thrown to the catcher. Easily getting out here. And we're back to the top of the order. Derek Jeter had an infield single last time. Let's see if we can follow it up with another hit. Made contact. A little blooper. He's much faster than some of the other people, and because they were backed up, did not have time to get back to first base with this slow, sandy field. And we snuck one over. We got one over on him. Jeff Bagwell, we're still looking to hit home runs with him. He is a power hitter, just like most of the rest of the lineup. And even though he's a 2-hole hitter. But we're going to let that one go, and we're going to try to steal second again. Yeah, that was a lot closer this time, but it doesn't look like she has any chance of ever getting him out. Curveball. Jeff Bagwell hits it to the first baseman. And the first baseman gets there before Bagwell can. Bagwell advances the runner from second to third. Pablo Sanchez back up now. He hit a home run in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can follow it up with a home run in his second at-bat. But regardless, any hit here scores Jeter from third. A slow contact. I don't think this is going to score anybody. But, oh, she wasn't quite on the bag when the catcher threw it to first base. That was actually probably the right play, and Jeter is able to score behind her because the first baseman was too slow to get there. Not too slow to get Bagwell up, was too slow to get Pablo Sanchez out. We're back to just in case, and we're going to try to steal Pablo. Pablo has the same speed as Derek Jeter. Shouldn't be any problems here. Throws it. Catcher throws it to the pitcher who has a great arm and gets Pablo out on a caught stealing. Could not believe it at the time. Skipping ahead to the bottom of the fourth inning, it is still 6-0, and we are still pitching a shutout with Randy Johnson. Back to the top of the order, we have also faced the minimum so far. Starting off with a left hook and coming back with a straight slow ball. And she makes weak contact, and Mikey Thomas should easily have the arm to make this play. Oh yeah, not even close. Luann Louie coming up next. She's got great speed, but this is not a speed-friendly ballpark. And I don't know if she's going to be able to make enough contact to get a hit here. So we'll bring the fielders in. Starting off the slow ball, did not get it in the strike zone, which is reasonable given that Randy Johnson's best pitch. But we're not worried about Luann Louie, so we're just going to throw things straight down the middle and try to get her to hit it and get her out. Short, weak contact to the pitcher. Randy Johnson throws it at first. Easy second out. Starting off, Yoella Minotti with a slow ball. Hits a big contact and gets in the drink for a ground rule double, and that ends the perfect game, folks. We now have a runner on second, runner in scoring position for Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco has a lot of power, and so we really need to respect him. Still not adjusting fielders, though, as we throw a left hook for the first pitch, and he whiffs on it. Big whiff to start. Coming back, left hook, then the right hook. Doesn't get the call on the corner. And then we're just going to throw a slow ball. We're looking to throw a strike, so we'll just let it go anywhere. But the speed change should be enough. He fouls it off, but he looked like he timed it right. Coming back with a hook again, trying to clip that bottom corner, and does not get the timing right. And strike three gets out of that. It wasn't a true jam, but leaves a runner stranded. Skipping ahead to the bottom of the sixth inning, shutout is still going, and still no new runs have scored. Starting Wing Kwan with a left hook. Should be an easy ground ball to the third baseman, and it is for out number one. Now we got the catcher, Judy Abwanza. She's the one who does not have... Starting off with the left hook for strike one. Swing and a miss. We have all these power-ups stacked up from those strikeouts, but we're trying not to use them because they take a lot of energy. And the opposing team is not forcing us to use them in any meaningful way. Easy pop-up to the catcher for an easy out number two. Back to the top of the order. Olga Tollefson, the second baseman. Starting off with the left hook here. And she makes good contact, and that looks like a base hit to me. And it is. Easy single. And we're not going to mess around. Got Luann Louie up now. She can always be trouble if she gets on base. But does not have a lot of power. Starting off the left hook. She makes contact. If Mikey can get it there in time, he might be able to get her out, but Luann is too fast, and he is too slow. Doesn't even get to the ball. Throws it to Bagwell. Bagwell misses it. Throws it to Justin, and to get the out at third. They got a little greedy, but quite honestly, they got kind of unlucky there. That looked to be a good play until it wasn't. Top of the seventh now, we got Derek Jeter to lead off. First pitch is a slow ball. It did clip the zone though, but we didn't swing. In this game, mostly the strategy is to just simply swing at strikes. I don't even think of it much beyond then. We swing at one, that was probably a ball, but it clips the end of the bat, and Derek Jeter is out regardless. Ground ball to the pitcher. Pitcher got there in time, threw it to first. Not a problem. Jeff Bagwell is up. 1 for 3 today with that double from earlier. Right hook to start. Swing and a miss for strike one.
From the windup, throws it.
Going back to the same pitch again. This time we time it up. The ball is really high. Should be an easy out for the fielder, but he drops it and throws it back in. So we now have a runner on first base with Pablo Sanchez coming up. In the meantime, he's gotten some hits today, but has not scored again since the home run.
Ready now. Fire.
Slow ball to start. Makes great contact. Looks like Annie's under it, though, so shouldn't be a problem, and it is not.
And that's an out.
Easily makes the catch
And the
in
runner's
center
back.
field.
Hey, yeah, you can Good job. Batting next is Boom Boom.
We got Just In Case up now.
2 outs.
Hasn't shown the power that I expected from him, and given that, he might end up moving up to first or second in the order because his speed has been invaluable, but his batting has not been as powerful as I expected.
Into the windup and the delivery. A swing.
2 strikes, though. This is not looking so good for him. That was not a good swing.
Target goes out. The pitch.
Another right hook. Throws it. Makes great contact. Not enough to get out, but is in the gap. Now, Justin easily has enough speed to get around the bases, but we'll see if Jeff Bagwell has enough speed to get around the bases. And he throws it. It is not a very good throw. It gets to Jose Canseco. They're sending Jeff home. The second baseman, who we've established does not have a great arm, is throwing it. Justin's right behind him. And Justin barely squeaks in there before the pitcher can throw it home, who does have a great arm. And that is a inside the park home run for Just In Case.
Left hooks for breakfast.
Now we got a Ahmed Khan. He's having himself a day. If he can hit a home run here, he would be hitting for the cycle.
From the stretch and the offering. Swinging. A bouncing ball. That
Makes
roll
weak
for
contact.
home running.
Ground ball to the catcher. Catcher throws it to first. Easy out.
Ooh, that's
Not a
what I'm
problem.
looking for.
Skipping to ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. We are still throwing a shutout. It is not a perfect game. It is not a no-hitter, but it is still a shutout. So we're leaving Randy Johnson in there. Unbelievably, Randy Johnson still has maximum
From the windup.
juice. Throws a left hook, ground ball to the third baseman. Just In Case gets there in time, throws it to first, but Jeff Bagwell had to come off the bag, and that's actually a single, an infield single to start the inning.
I gave this kid some pointers and
Are the Rays going to be able to spoil the shutout?
on first with nobody out. Whip. From the windup, the pitch.
Starting off with a left hook. Gets by the strike. They're stealing. Mikey Thomas easily has the arm for this, though. And their one runner that they had was called out in the 9th inning. Risky play did not pay off.
He throws it. Another strike.
Olga Tolson here, whiffing on a left hook. We are in the 9th inning. It is time that we should be considering starting to use some of our power-up pitches.
Stretch. Throws it.
Trying to finish this with an elevator ball, doesn't even swing at it for a strikeout. We now have 2 outs in the 9th inning. All we got to do is get this one batter out, and we close out the shutout. And it's Luann Louie. She does have a hit today on it's kind of a strange hit, but has not made good contact all day. We're going to start off with a left hook, but we're probably going to be coming back with a bunch of power pitches. But she makes contact here. It's in the air. Randy Johnson misses it. Drops the ball, and Luann Louie with the error to get her on first base. Now we got Joella Minotti here. And Luann Louie is a much scarier hitter or a much scarier runner, and could potentially spoil the shutout if something happens. She tries to steal second. Mikey Thomas has the arm, but doesn't quite get the timing right, and Luann Louie is now in scoring position. If Joella Minotti can make good contact here, the shutout is over. Throw a fireball, though, and it was still accurate because of all the juice he had. Easy strike 2. We are now 1 strike away from this game being over. Coming back with the slow-mo, which is the biggest speed difference in the game. Cannot time it. Easy game. Not even close. Not worried about it one bit. Randy Johnson with the strikeout to finish off the game.
have these kids excited. What a game. Tonight at the victory party, it's rumored that Ahmed and some of his cousins are going to bring out their instruments and rock out. Despite that, the party should be a lot of fun.
This is Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch saying see you next time.
Won the game 8-0. I don't think that team was particularly strong, and so we'll see how this team goes against stronger teams. Randy Johnson with that 9 innings, 0-0 earn run average. Not quite the power hitting team so far that I expected it to be, but 8 runs is still pretty good production. Leave a comment down below if you would like to see more from this team. But that's it for this one.